it's Megz here, and I'm here to discuss all about setbacks because believe me, I know all about them. I'm queen, setback and recover, and setback, recover again. Because on a hair journey, that tends to happen, okay? So this video is all about how to recognize what caused your setback and things and ways to improve it. I originally started my very first relaxed hair journey in 2008 because I had a setback. I was experiencing some extreme shedding. My hair was thin. I didn't have a routine at all. So I kind of started to learn about routines, diet, and things like that. So what you want to do is you kind of want to look at your hair like, dang, what happened? What did I do? So I recently I had a setback. I am back relaxed. I've been back relaxed for almost 3 years now, and it tends to happen to the best of us. But what's important is being able to catch and recognize that you are having a setback and how to avoid certain things so you won't have continuous breakage and setbacks from something that you're doing, right? So I experienced a setback within, I would say late last year. I noticed, I was like, okay, my hair is not doing well. What is going on here? I had to like backtrack and think to myself. So during that time, about 7-8 months ago, I was in a really stressful place in my life where I wasn't taking care of myself physically, emotionally, and mentally. And so I noticed even with my very first hair journey in 2008, I was stressed out again. And when I'm stressed, I noticed with me, when I'm extremely stressed, my hair sheds out like a lot. And also last year I caught COVID and I had an immense amount of shedding. I had so much shedding once I actually started to recover from being ill. That would say that September, because I caught COVID probably like anywhere between July 31st and August 8th because I was traveling. I traveled to Ohio and the whole family caught COVID because, mind you, I did a relaxed hair update and my hair was fine. It looked good. I was like, my hair was growing out just fine. And then in September, because when I was sick with COVID, that whole month of August, I wasn't tending to my hair at all. So, and also I had started a new job. Yes, your girl works. I tend to go in and out of working during my content creation journey here on YouTube and social media. I've always kind of had a job here and there. So I was actually working. I was really killing it at work. It was a very demanding job at that. So I was a bit stressed out. And when I'm a bit stressed out also, I wasn't tending to my hair and myself very well. I wasn't taking care of myself, and I'll be the first one to admit I wasn't taking care of myself. I wasn't eating. Okay, I wasn't eating properly, and diet plays a huge role in all of that. So I wasn't eating properly. I wasn't taking care of my hair, and my hair tanked. I wasn't getting my trims. You know, I was avoiding heat. I wasn't using heat, but I went and got a physical last November. So this is going to put a lot of things into perspective as well. I went and had a physical, my yearly physical, last November of 2022. I got my blood work done. And my physician called me like really concerned. She was like, Megan. That's how she talks. She's like, Megan, you are severely iron deficient. I was like, wait, what? So once I heard that, I'm like, okay, let me do my research. And a lot of the things I was experiencing with my health was associated also with being iron deficient. And with your iron deficient, that affects your hair like crazy. So I'm not really sure if COVID kind of struck my iron deficiency to where it was extremely severe, because she was like, severe. She was like, you need to get supplements ASAP. Don't work out because you will pass out, X, Y, and Z. I'm like, what? Oh my gosh, you scare me. I'm actually starting to think it may have been a collection of everything, like recovering from COVID. You know, I was sick, stress, diet, hormones. All that plays a huge part. So now I also figured that out, right? Then I had to look at my routine. How was I wearing my hair? How was I styling it? Was I doing a lot of manipulation? So I had a lot to kind of like think about and take a step back and like, okay, you need to get yourself together. So I did that, and I'm actually starting to see the results come in, okay? I'm now back to full-time content creating for myself, so my stress level has gone down tremendously. I started eating correctly now, getting my leafy greens and iron-rich foods. I'm on a supplement. So a lot of that actually played a role into my setback. So here are some tips on how to recognize and how to fix your setback. Let me get into the list real quick because I had to tell y'all my story first, because I've gone through setbacks a million times, and when I kind of evaluate myself and routine and lifestyle, things tend to, you know, recover once I actually am able to pinpoint and recognize those issues. So here I am about to tell y'all how to do it too, okay? So number one, I would say make sure you're healthy. Go to the doctor. Get your physical. Get that blood work done, because that's going to tell you a lot about what's going on with yourself. It's going to tell you about your hormones as well. So health and hormones play a huge part when it comes to your hair health as well, because if your body isn't healthy, like, your hair is going to reflect that, and my hair definitely reflected that. You guys can check out my most recent salon visit where I got a nice big chop to even things out to move forward with my hair journey. I wasn't eating properly. I wasn't getting enough sleep. I wasn't drinking my water like I usually do. I wasn't getting my exercise. My mental health wasn't all the way there. I was just feeling very burnt out, very stressed, just kind of like I have a lot on my shoulders during that time. So making sure that you're healthy, going to the doctor, getting your blood work will reveal a lot of things that's going on. Also, try to eliminate stress. I am a stress shedder. My hair sheds out when I'm stressed. So my stress is back to normal, which is really no stress. I don't do stress, girl. Because when I did get my blood work done, it did put a lot into perspective. Because technically, to be honest, I've always been a little bit deficient, but nothing like crazy severe like it was last November. Girl, it was crazy. I've never been in that bad of a shape as far as my health goes. So it's not gonna matter what you put on your hair, your routine. It all starts from within. It starts with your diet as well. Evaluate your diet. How are you eating? We all know if we're eating well or not. You know, are you getting your leafy greens? I wasn't. Were you eating? No, I wasn't eating because I was so like into my job and my work, because I was like killing it. I'm like, yeah, I can't stop now. Like, I gotta get through this. And you know, when you're at work, you kind of get distracted with other things, and before you know, like, dang, it's 4 o'clock. I haven't eaten today. So taking care of yourself and making sure your diet is up to par and healthy, balanced meals is so important. Get your proteins, get your leafy greens, girl. Don't skip out on meals. Okay, even though I wasn't purposely doing that on purpose, I was just like so busy. I'm like, dang, I forgot to take care of myself and eat. And with that, I lost weight that I wasn't intentionally trying to lose. So be careful. Take care of yourself. If you are at work and have a busy job, make sure you take time out for yourself, girl, because if you are not well for yourself, you're not going to be well and good for anything else. And that is the honest truth. And also, are you taking any supplements? Are you taking any vitamins? That's crucial as well, especially if you don't have a well-rounded diet. Get you some supplements. I'm still trying to figure out a good daily vitamin that works well for me. I'm just using some like gummy vitamins, but I kind of want to get something more rich, more like, you know, solid in my routine. So feel free to comment below what women's daily vitamins you're using that you feel are pretty good, because you guys always come through with the tips and the tea as far as things that you're using, because y'all taught me about good old Geritol. And I'm going to do a separate video about my experience with geritol. I just started taking this. So this was good for iron deficient girlies and people. So I was really thankful that you guys recommended that you're doing geritol liquid. And I'm going to tell y'all all about it in another video though. But this has been working out pretty cute. Next, styling. If you're noticing you have breakage in some areas, you're like, dang, I don't know how that happened. Really go back and reevaluate how you're styling your hair daily or how you're manipulating in your hair daily. Because I actually noticed with myself, on top of my hormones, on top of me being severely iron deficient, which affects your hair, the front of my hair was tremendously thinner than the back of my hair. And I also noticed that the front of my hair was breaking more than the back. And I noticed during that time I was doing a lot of wet styles that pulled my hair back. And I no longer do that. Even though my hair is pulled up today, this is probably like the first time in months that I've actually done that. So I don't consistently pull my hair up anymore. I'm making sure that I'm mindful of how tight my styles are. I'm mindful of brushing my edges very rough. I really don't do a lot of that. This is actually the first time I've done baby hair in a really long time because I'm really just trying to baby this area up. Also, your manipulation. Are you rough when you're combing your hair? Are you using small tooth combs? If you're relaxed, are you over processing your hair? Are you relaxing it too often? So there is an umbrella of things that you must kind of evaluate with yourself and your hair routine to figure out and pinpoint exactly what's going on. In the past, I used to get like a little hole in the ends of my hair, and that came from bunning my hair all the time and pulling my hair back and wearing a ponytail in the same area. In this most recent setback as well, I had some thinning, I had some extreme shedding, and I did have some breakage in the front of my hair because I kept doing a lot of wet styles that pulled my hair back, which caused breakage. It's just really about evaluating and taking a step back and pausing what you're doing. And then also when it comes to your routine, make it simple when going back to recovery mode. You don't want to do a whole bunch of. Go back and reevaluate conditioners and products that worked really well for your hair when it was at its healthiest. That's how I always kind of do, and I kind of like backtrack, like, okay, that worked, so I'm gonna go back to the basics in order to get the basics results that I need. Okay. Chill from any styles that are causing you breakage, that are causing any issues and irritation, especially things that are pulled tight. You don't want to get any kind of traction alopecia, and that's when you manipulate your hair so much that the hair doesn't grow back, especially when it comes to your edges, because your edges are the most fragile part because that hair is a bit more thin and it's a bit more delicate than anywhere else. So just be mindful of your styling and how, you know, how much of that you're doing. If you're doing a lot of heat use, chill from that if you're noticing breakage too. If your hair is dry from using certain kinds of products that have parabens and alcohols in that, chill from that too. Like even when I noticed that in the front of my hair was in not the best of shape, I chilled from using edge controls. I didn't pull my hair back as much. So that's what I actually kind of like decided to do, and I'm actually noticing a lot of improvements with me just really bathing my hair and just letting my hair chill, you know. Okay, and also your hair care routine. How often are you tending to your hair, doing treatments, doing condition, moisturizing your hair? Because when I was starting to become way more busy, I would notice that my routine just wasn't on point like it was because I was just so busy. I didn't have the time. I didn't even have the time to post here. Y'all can see I'm just now trying to get everything back together, girl, because I was so busy. Like I had no time for anything. And by the time when I did have time to do something, I was so tired. And why was I tired? I wasn't eating. I'm iron deficient and I didn't know it. So my energy was just completely down, and by the time it was time to chill, I'm like, I don't feel like doing my hair. So I wasn't washing it on the same consistent routine of every week. I wasn't deep conditioning. I wasn't moisturizing my hair as much as I should. Now I still somewhat had a routine, but it wasn't like the strict one that I'm used to where it's like, okay, on it, you know, in order to make sure that my hair isn't dry. I was allowing my hair to get dry. I wasn't conditioning my hair. I wasn't alternating my, you know, protein and moisture. So it was a complete mess. So you must evaluate your routine. Like, girl, when the last time you deep conditioned your hair? When the last time you moisturized it? When the last time you had a trim? And that's a big one, because I neglected myself and my hair for some months. And my hair was like completely like wrecked because I wasn't keeping up with my trims, because I was so busy with my life. I wasn't tending to my hair as I normally did. So that explains the reason why I had to get that trim back in May. And I'm actually going to be going back to Micah to get another trim, because I go every 8 to 10 weeks typically. And I'm going to really make it a priority to prioritize myself and my hair, because my hair is important to me as well. So I want to make sure I keep it healthy. So yes, you just have to really overall look at everything. Check off all the lists and box of things that could possibly wrong, because a lot of things that are happening internally with our health do affect our hair. And sometimes there's no matter how much moisturizer and conditioner you put on your hair, it could be something internal going on. It could be your medication. It could be a whole bunch of things. So yeah, that's what I did. I started to evaluate myself in my life completely to make those changes to improve my hair. And my hair has started to kind of like spark back up, like, oh, this feels familiar. So just really taking care of my hair and being patient. That's number one. Being patient when you have a setback is crucial, because it's no time to feel bad about what happened, like, oh my gosh, you know, it's just time to move forward, fix it, and you'll be all right. Cut your hair if you need to cut it. It will grow back, because now you have the tools and resources to know how to tend to your hair, because you recognize what you were doing wrong. Okay? And a lot of times that can be fixed. Everything can be fixed with a little time, TLC, you know, love and care, all of the above. So yeah, y'all, this has happened to me a few million times. And all we can do is push forward and move forward and keep it moving and keep supporting yourself, okay? And know that it's going to be all right, okay? Because things happen. So yeah, if you guys do have any questions on how to recognize and recover from a setback, feel free to ask me, because I know all about it. And all information will be down in the description below. And if you do have any questions, like I said, ask me, because I know for sure how a setback works and how to recover, because life happens. Life be lifing. Okay? So as always, thank y'all so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later.